Today we're diving into the world of advanced animations by creating a stunning 3D flip card animation in Flutter. Have you ever seen those cool flipping effects in UI designs where a card rotates seamlessly to reveal another side? Well, that's exactly what we'll be building today. This effect is perfect for product showcases, quiz apps, or even game UIs. So, if you're ready to take your Flutter UI skills to the next level, grab your keyboard and let's get started. First, create a fresh Flutter project. Open the project in your favorite IDE and navigate to main.dart. Set up a basic structure of Material app. Now let's move on to creating the flipping effect. We start with Flip Card Screen, which is our main widget. It's a stateful widget because the animation requires us to manage state. Inside Flip Card Screen State, we have a few key elements. First, Controller is an animation controller. Think of this as the engine that drives our animation. It controls the timing and direction of the animation. Then we have Animation, which is an animation of type double. This object holds the values that change over the course of the animation. These values, typically between 0 and 1, are what we use to create the visual effect. Finally, isFront is a Boolean variable that keeps track of whether the front of the card is currently displayed. In the initState method, we initialize our controller. We use single-ticker-provider-state-mixin because we only have one animation running. The vsync ensures that the animation is synchronized with the screen's refresh rate, resulting in smooth animations. Duration sets the animation's duration to 800 milliseconds, meaning the entire flip will take 0.8 seconds. We then create our animation using Tween. A tween defines the range of values for the animation. Here, we're going from 0 to 1. The animate function links the tween to our animation controller. The toggle card function is what's called when the user taps on the card. It checks the current state of isFront. If it's true, front is showing. It calls controller.forward, which starts the animation from 0 to 1. If isFront is false, back is showing. It calls controller.reverse, which plays the animation backward from 1 to 0. Crucially, it then uses setState to rebuild the widget and update the UI. Inside setState, we toggle the value of isFront. Now let's look at the build method. We wrap everything in a gesture detector so we can detect taps. The heart of the animation is the animated builder. This widget is very efficient. It only rebuilds the parts of the UI that depend on the animation. It takes the animation as an argument, so it knows when to rebuild. Inside the animated builder, we have our transform widget. Transform allows us to apply various transformations to its child, like rotations, scales, and translations. We use matrix4.identity to create an initial identity matrix, which represents no transformation. Then we chain two transformations onto it. setEntry adds a perspective effect. This is what makes the flip look 3D. The value 0.002 controls the intensity of the perspective. A larger value will make the perspective more pronounced. Try experimenting with different values to see how it affects the look. Rotate Y rotates the card around the Y-axis. Animation.value goes from 0 to 1, and we multiply it by pi. Pi radians is equal to 180 degrees. So, as the animation progresses, the card rotates 180 degrees around the Y-axis. Then we have a ternary operator. It checks the value of animation. When the animation value is less than 0.5, it shows the front card. When it's greater than or equal to 0.5, it shows the back card. This creates the actual flipping effect. The build front card and build back card functions are responsible for creating the visual appearance of the front and back of the card. They both return a container with styling and text. The crucial part is in build back card. Notice the transform widget. The transform property pre-flips the back card by 180 degrees. This is essential because without it, the back card would initially be facing the wrong way, and the flip animation wouldn't look correct. Finally, in the dispose method, we call controller.dispose. This is extremely important. It releases the resources used by the animation controller and prevents memory leaks. Always remember to dispose of your animation controllers when they're no longer needed. So, that's the whole process. We use an animation controller to drive the animation, an animation object to hold the animation values, and a transform widget to apply 3D rotations and perspective. The ternary operator and the pre-flipping of the back card are key to creating the seamless flip effect. Now you can take this code, play with the values, and create your own custom 3D flip animations. Try changing the colors, the size of the card, or even adding images. The possibilities are endless. Okay, let's take our 3D flip card animation to the next level. We've already got the basic flip working, but we can make it even smoother and more visually appealing. We'll add some enhancements, and then I'll explain exactly what each one does. First, we're going to improve the animation's feel by adding an easing curve. Remember how the original animation had a sort of linear feel? It started and stopped abruptly. Easing curves make animations look more natural by varying the speed throughout the animation. We do this by wrapping our controller and Tween with a curved animation. So, instead of just simple animation, we now have curved animation. Let's break that down. Curved animation takes two arguments, parent and curve. The parent is our existing controller. The curve is where we specify the easing function. We're using curves.easeInout. This means the animation will start slowly, speed up in the middle, and then slow down again at the end. There are lots of other curves you can experiment with, like curves.easeIn, curves.easeOut, curves.bounceOut, and many more. Each one gives a slightly different feel to the animation. Ease in out is a good general-purpose choice for a smooth, natural-looking animation. Next, we're going to make the card more visually interesting by using an image instead of just plain text. We've modified the build card function to accept an asset image parameter, which is the path to your image asset. Inside the container, we now use a decoration image within the box decoration. Decoration image lets us set an image as the background of the container. We provide the asset image to load the image from our assets. BoxFit.cover ensures that the image covers the entire container, even if it has to be scaled or cropped. You can use other BoxFit values like contain, fill, or fit height, depending on how you want the image to be displayed within the container. We've kept the border radius and box shadow to maintain the card's rounded corners and shadow effect. Now, instead of passing text to build card, you'll pass the path to your image asset. Make sure you've added your image to your project's assets in the pubspec.yaml file. Once your assets are ready to use, update the build front card and build back card methods to pass the images from the assets. We can see the images from the asset in our card. You can play around the card size, image size, and box fit to create visuals according to your requirements. We can see our card flipping with the image of a car showing the front, and the back side of the car looks stunning. Finally, we'll make the animation auto-flip using a timer. This is a great way to create a dynamic and attention-grabbing effect. In the initState method, we've changed how we initialize the controller. Instead of just setting the duration, we now chain a repeat to the controller initialization. Repeat makes the animation loop continuously. The reverse argument is cert to true means that the animation will play forward and then backward repeatedly, creating a continuous flip-flop effect. We've also changed the duration to 2 seconds, so each flip takes 2 seconds. You can adjust this duration to control how fast the card flips. With these changes, your flip card animation will now be much smoother, more visually appealing, and will auto-flip continuously. The easing curve makes the animation look more natural, the image makes the card more engaging, and the auto-flipping makes it dynamic. This animation is perfect for interactive UIs, quiz cards, profile reveals, and more. By tweaking colors, images, and transitions, you can take this even further. If you found this tutorial helpful, you would probably like to watch other Flutter animation videos on this channel. Also, drop a comment below and let me know what animation you'd love to see next. Until next time, keep fluttering.